What is up, Packer fans? Back again. The season is over. 22-10, the Packers fall to the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly at Lincoln Field. Oh, what a game. Tough loss, tough break, tough end to the 2024 season. Packers lose 3 straight games to end the season, 2 in the regular season, and then obviously the playoff game. Against the Vikings, we came out and fumbled on the first drive. Against the Bears, we just didn't play good football, and obviously Jordan Love went out, and Josh Jacobs didn't play much. So going into this game, we didn't have a lot of confidence. We didn't have a lot of positive plays or good plays in the last couple of weeks that really had us feeling good about the game against the Eagles. What I can say though is the Packers defense kept us in the game. They played great, obviously. First play of the game, literally the first play, the opening kickoff, Keyshawn Nixon gets crushed in the head, fumbles the ball. Some say it was helmet to helmet. It looks like he led with his crown to me. Obviously, Nixon did also have his head down too, so it made it worse, but I'm not sure how they defend players in this situation. But either way, it was a fumble. Eagles got the ball. They scored right away. 7-0. It started out right away, and then obviously Eagles kept pouring it on. It seemed like the announcers kept saying that it seemed like it was like 74-0. Kevin Burkhardt, he's from Philly or from Jersey, but he's a Philly fan, an Eagles fan. So listening to him talk the whole time with a little biased undertone kind of was annoying. And then Tom Brady, obviously he's the GOAT. So whatever he says, you kind of listen. You got to listen to it a little bit, but he wasn't talking very well about the Packers or very highly of anything we were doing. Obviously, seeing Jaden Reed go out with an injury, Elgton Jenkins going out early, that was a big move. I don't know why they put Glover in, the rookie, maybe because of his size to go up against Jordan Davis, but he just got beat 3 penalties in a quarter for that guy in his first real action ever. He never played before that. So to put Glover in a spot like that, I just wish the Packers would have had something better in mind for if they did have an injury at their left guard position. I don't know what happened to Jordan Morgan, their first round pick out of Arizona. Sean Ryan beat him out for that right guard spot. Morgan came in hoping he'd be the starting left tackle, and he's not even a starting lineman at all. So for the Packers, kind of a tough spot to be in when their guard got hurt. Obviously, then, like I said, Dobbs and Reed both went out with injuries. Losing them was big. And then at the end of the game, Quay Walker went out. We know Devontae Wyatt went out as well earlier in the game. So a lot of injuries. Even if the Packers had won the game against Philly, they wouldn't have had a lot of firepower going into Detroit, a team that is getting healthy, a team that got David Montgomery back this week. So for the Packers, tough loss on the road, tough way to end the season, a lot of ups and downs in 2024. Going to do a 2024 season review video at some point. Going to let this all settle in, soak in. I was riding high on the Packers going into the season. I thought after last year, some of the things they did, they take another step, grow as a team, and it seems like pretty much everybody kind of took a step back. The receivers, I thought Wicks would be better this year. I thought Reed would be better this year. I thought Love would take another step. Seems like maybe he hit some kind of wall, but I'm not sure what's going on with him. And then this offensive line just wasn't able to give them time. And then the defense, they played really well, but just not enough pressure on Hurts. And then on the back end, just, having Carrington Valentine get stiff-armed 3 times in one play by the same guy. I know X went up to him and talked to him afterwards. And, just the low man wins. They teach you that in Pee-wee football. So, while you're playing up here with his arms, like, go down and get his legs, So I don't know what's going on there with the defense. Obviously, Jair not playing hurts us. Our best cornerback, and then obviously having plays from T.J. Slayton at the end of the game where it's out of reach, but you still have hope, and then he has a boneheaded mistake like he did throwing Saquon to the ground. A lot of times we see this Matt LaFleur team, the coaches, the play calling is kind of questionable. I mean, they kept running it up the middle. And I kept saying they have Jalen Carter, All-Pro, and Jordan Davis, 6'6", 300-pound guy in the middle. Like, don't run it in the middle. 3rd and 3, when you have to have it, Josh Jacobs is out, they run Emmanuel Wilson up the middle. Not only do you run an undrafted free agent last year, but still undrafted free agent up the middle on 3rd down and 3 on your most important play of the season. You didn't have Josh Jacobs in, and you ran it up the middle. Again, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then, of course, the Bears game, the defensive call at the last play of the game, don't get it. And then, just some of the coaching mistakes where the players just, I know the players are the ones doing it on the field, but the coach is what leads the charge. And, you can't have him making mistakes. You can't have the players doing things like that are costly, like I said, what TJ Slayton did at the end of the game there. Game was probably out of reach, but I always have hope. There's always a chance. You're telling me there is a chance. What's all that 1,000,001 stuff? So, the 1,000,001 talk. And so, for the Packers, obviously, tough end to an up and down season. They did have like a stretch of games there, 5 in a row. I know they lost one of them, but they did have like 5-game stretch there where they scored 30 points. A lot of ups and downs. Love started the season with a lot of interceptions, kind of cooled that off. No interceptions the last 8 games of the season. Then he throws 3 yesterday in Philly. The first one, we should have got a little more air under it. I don't know why he threw that. He had guys open in the flat. Jacobs and the tight end were open. He throws it deep to Wicks on the sideline. I just don't get it. The second one, I really don't understand where he was even throwing it to. On that one, Zach Bond just was right there. He threw it right to the guy, And then the last one, kind of just threw it up there for grabs. Just a dumb play. And the same thing that happened on the Romeo Doubs injury play, where he kind of just threw it up to Doubs and Doubs got hurt. He had a guy streaking down the sideline that was just in front of him. If he could have just got it to him. I think there's too many times where he's trying to make the big plays. He's just not taking what the defense has given him. He's trying to do too much. He forces it, kind of like a Brett Favre type of thing. We need him to take a step back. Hopefully, after this year, his second full year is starting. Another year with the defense. Josh Jacobs get more into the fold. Hopefully, these receivers can start stepping up. We'll see what happens with Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jayden Reed, all these guys injured and young, and we'll see what the Packers want to do with all of them. There's a lot of question marks with what they do moving forward. Can't sign them all unless they all keep playing kind of the way they are, because we can't afford them then. I thought they'd all start taking off and we'd have to figure out who we can pay, but nobody's in a contract year until next year. Doubs and Watson will be, I believe. So for the Packers, a lot of question marks. Tough loss against the Eagles. Saquon Barkley, really a great player. Jalen Hurts, he looked a little rusty. It looked like the Packers, if they played better on offense, they could have beat the Eagles yesterday. Tough way to lose, 22-10. Didn't score enough points. The defense played well, but just couldn't get out of their own way. Obviously, fumbling in the first play of the game, never what you want to do. You can't fumble the opening kickoff. After you get the kickoff, you can't fumble it. So no matter what happens, you can't have that happen. Can't have 4 turnovers in a game and expect to win. And so for the Packers, better luck next year, I guess. Sucks though. Obviously, we all had high hopes, and this team is young, still the youngest team to make the second youngest team to make the playoffs since last year's team, and now the second youngest team to make the playoffs this year. So, a lot to grow with this team. Obviously, being in the playoffs at all is huge, and they can learn from this loss and hopefully take the steps next year to be better. Go Pack, go! Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go Pack, go again! Always Packers. And everything Packers. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you on the season review video, and then off season. Go Pack, go!